My name is Zhe Qiang. I'm associate professor of polymer science and engineering at the University of Mississippi. I've been here about 6 years, and my group works on plastic recycling, upcycling, industrial decarbonization, and then water remediation. The University of Mississippi has been historically known for their polymer research, and especially for the polymer science and engineering perspective. So when I was a graduate student, I already know the high reputation of the program, so I was actually very lucky to join this program and then have been able to work with colleagues here that really inspired me to do research that can make a huge societal impact. And how we can make an impact. I think two things that I feel very proud of while being a professor is the first, the technology impact. We can create something that can be, functional, useful, and then to address certain practical challenges. But also working with students can create a further impact that, produce knowledge, produce the professional skills, produce a network of the new generation to further influence the future and future generations. So this is something that I think really fits my scope of the job, which is make an impact. A lot of times people look into plastic as a problem because a lot of plastic waste pollution and things like this. So what our technology can do is we can fundamentally transform plastic materials to carbons, and these things act as a very efficient resistive heaters. So if you think about the pathway for renewable energy perspective, what you want to do is have a renewable electricity from solar and wind, but convert them to heat through a decarbonized process. And this is where our technology can plug in to trigger the entire process become a carbon zero process. So this is one of the biggest areas we are pursuing. The second is really about clean water. There's a lot of pollutants from microplastic to textile dyes to many other things. So how we can actually capture them is very important. What we want to do is really develop an economically feasible solution to address these big problems that can be deployed at scale here. So what we can do here, again, is using plastic waste as a starting materials and convert them to porous materials and show extraordinary performance to capture these pollutants from water environment and then enable clean water to the people. So we're actually looking to commercialize this technology as well to enable these very important technology and societal needs. 3D printing is really important for the future of our industry because it's actually give you the accessibility to customize design and then distribute and product them. The fact that 3D printing is very accessible, customers can produce their materials on site, which is a great advantage for the logistics moving forward. But then also, the 3D structure also enable a lot of optimization of the system by understanding their flow patterns of airs or other things such as fluid patterns for water remediation purposes, so in that way that we can actually optimize the performance of materials by rational design of the structures. And this is the unique thing 3D printing can enable to do, not only just create fancy features, but also enhance performance through simple design without changing the material identity.
Smart accelerator is really transformative because it bridges a huge gap in funding infrastructure from fundamental to applied.
What it really, from a lot of federal agencies, we can develop fundamental understanding about process, about material design. But then moving forward to a skilled production to address a practical problem, we need a lot of support from financial but also research infrastructure perspective to enable the practical solution that is economically feasible. And I think what
Smart accelerator really helps us is bridge this particular gap.
And enable us to pursue a larger grant towards commercialization of technology moving forward. And this is critical for our research group. From a student perspective, the student who was supported by Smart Business Act Fund is now the co-founder of the company. So he's actually acting as a CTO, Chief Technology Officer of the startup. And then through this role, he actually managed a NSF SBIR phase as the principal investigator, but also set up the company running infrastructure and then looking to the financial fundraising perspective as well. So he has been able to connect with entrepreneurs in the region, but also investor networks. And this actually tremendously helped the student develop a very comprehensive understanding about how to run a business, how to develop technology, and also enhance social and economic impact from that. So this is tremendously helpful from student training perspective as well.